Listen to the roar of the crowd. So this is Saint's Way.
With a yo-ho-ho, it's TaleOfTheToaster. Welcome back to Let's Play Inazuma 11 Go Light. And in this episode, it's the second main match of the game, unless you count Victor's team, in which case it would be the third main match of the game. We're going to be taking on Milky Way Charter, and it's good to just take a look around their school because it's actually very expansive, and you wouldn't think they'd go to all this effort just for, you know, one match that we'd never have to go back to ever again. But actually, yes, we have this very nice school to look around, and we've got a chat lock, so we're able to talk to all of our players and some of their players in the surrounding area. They've even got a fairly detailed crowd for 3DS standards. I'm very much impressed with that. You can tell that this school's clearly got a fairly big budget with the stadium being over a river. Yeah, these are the guys themselves just being rude. And this guy is called Dalek Man. You may try to pass it off as a coincidence, but then we also see this guy is called Skywalk. We'll get into the specifics of their names when we actually start the match. Roughly about now. Name's Kyrk. I'm Milky Way's captain. I wanted to play you guys for real. It's just too bad, I guess. Doesn't matter what coach says, does it? When it comes down to it, we've got to follow 5th Sector's orders.
Looks like they're thinking of losing after all.
Even so, we have to do what we can. Don't you worry, JP. I'm sure it'll all turn out fine in the end.
Let's hope so. Okay, on y va.
Is it really okay for me to toy with everyone's futures like this, just for the sake of my own dreams? Well, when you put it like that, probably not. But now that we've done that chat lock, there are actually random encounters in the area who we can talk to. Again, we don't really have time, but we do have time to check this treasure chest and get a Milky Tea from Milky Way. So Sam is going to be going along with 5th Sector. Riccardo, probably not, but he doesn't want to admit it to our faces. We should be about level 8 to 10, and because I did those 2 extra competition route matches, I am exactly level 10. So good, I'm on the mark. You need to have Sam in goal, Arion on the pitch somewhere, Riccardo on the pitch somewhere. The rest doesn't matter. I don't need to change my formation at all, as it happens. It's the first round of the regionals, and we're starting off with Raimon Junior High versus Milky Way Charter School in A block, as opposed to the block.
Sam Kyrk, Kui over here.
Mom, doesn't make a blind bit of difference what I say, does it?
This is it, Captain. We're going to play real football, and we're going to win. Arion, Captain, is everything alright? I'm sorry, Arion. I want to win this game, just like you. But we can't fight 5th Sector. We mustn't. But you said... I don't understand.
Alright, well, I guess it's just us versus everyone else then. Good job we've got you, eh, JP? I'll actually let the jingle finish for once, even though I talked over it anyway. So, for comparison's sake, we currently have level 13 on Riccardo, 8 on Arion, 14 on Sam. As an example, in comparison, the same players, we've got level 9 forward, 13 midfielder, level 9 goalkeeper. So much the same, but oh, you've just got to look at these names. We've got a Torchwood pun, and we've got the most blatant Star Wars pun you could possibly ask for, Lucas Skywalker. Frigging Cyber Dalek, man. There's another Chewbacca. There's clearly more than one Star Wars Isaac Binks. That's a Jar Jar Binks reference. So basically, I think they're all... Oh, we didn't have a look at the coach. She has that kind of influence. Even the formation is Stratosphere. Yeah, the team's called Milky Way. All the players are either Doctor Who or Star Wars puns or anything that slipped under my radar. I admit I'm not a big viewer of that kind of genre. I'm not a big sci-fi guy, but it's
No one wants to play to win anymore. Well, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I have to get the ball. I can do this. I've been practicing my attack like crazy. It'll be fine.
some puns are just unmissable. And once again, the mission objective doesn't really match up with what we're actually supposed to do. No, I didn't mean to pass there. I was trying to drag my player along. Yeah, it was all like, oh, Arion is going to do this. And instead, Dodge is just going to get absolutely beaten up. Yeah, apparently we need to get Riccardo into the orange square. And instead, he is also going to get kicked in the chest. Yeah, Breakthrough 2 and Breakthrough 3 are gone. But we've got that instead, which is... You know, we didn't really need a successor to Breakthrough, but at least he's used it 3 times in a row now, so he can't use it anymore. Can I please now complete the very first mission objective of the match? I even leveled up to level 10 specifically to make this easier, and it still took a hot minute for that to happen. That was it. All that effort just to get the ball taken from him. And now he's got all his Grand Slams as well. That's another complaint I have with Inazuma 11 Go. Sorry there's going to be so many, but I do find that, granted this applies to all Inazuma 11 games,
Great play!
but you do tend to find that pretty much everyone on the same team has the exact same set of moves, like one shooting move, one defensive move, one dribbling move, and it's pretty much shared across everybody.
Get with the program, Showin! Hand over that ball! Oh, that really hurts! That was a foul! Open your eyes, Ref!
Arion! We've endured this for 3 years. We just have to grit our teeth and go forwards. No, I can't do it. I'm just not brave enough to take on 5th Sector.
We can't give up. We're going to win, Captain, and we're going to play real football.
We still won't give up. Here I am, ready to throw in the towel.
And, well, at least this one should potentially be quite easy as long as I can get the ball here. Which, of course, I can't, because he's going to use Grand Slam to just absolutely beat our players into submission for the 6th time this match. And then Eugene Peabody let everybody down all over again. It is worth noting that Arion, because he's the important player here, he was actually surrounded by a goal line, which leads... Yeah, it points in the direction of where we need to be. We're going to blow out an easy breezy just to make this a little bit quicker. I'm sure we'll get our TP back if we really need it.
Football's been waiting for us, and it wants us to play at our very best.
Shut your trap!
I didn't know Lucas Skywalker had such an American voice.
Not again. I haven't been playing my best. If I keep on like this, then I'm treating the game just like Milky Way. No respect. I've got to. Sam, I'm sorry.
Now then, we've at least got Riccardo back into the spirit of things. And is going to hopefully make an impact. As soon as we can... Good grief! How fast is that player? Adama. Well, he's not very good at tackling, thankfully, but he came out of it like a speeding bullet.
Rick, what are you doing? I've had enough of doing 5th Sector's bidding. Listen, everyone. This is your captain speaking. Raimon are playing to win.
Yes, Captain.
like to see. That tactic, it's virtuoso. No doubt about it, he's serious. Arion, forza presto!
Got it! Wow! It feels like I'm being conducted like a musician in an orchestra. I can see the path the ball has to take. So this is virtuoso.
Incredible! Skipper DeRigo's taken decisive control of his players. There's really nothing quite like his unique tactic, virtuoso.
My virtuoso used virtuoso. He's even harmonized Arion's movements with the whole team. Oh, he's simply amazing.
What the?
Captain, perform fortissimo foot. What did he have to go and do that for? You saw what happened, Eugene. Everything finally clicked into place. The virtuoso is back. The captain believes now. We can win this match. We can really do it.
So the underdogs fight back, eh?
And yes, that's actually our first example of a special tactic, which hopefully we should be able to use freehand. You just have to press the T button on the right hand side and then Virtuoso would bring the ball up the pitch. There's plenty of other ones like this. Of course, it's limited by its own gauge. It was the big gimmick introduced in Inazuma 11.3 and it's very useful. Even the Inazuma Kids FC actually had one in the competition route matches that I was doing off screen, and Prodigy Grammar. They both used Sky's the Limit from Inazuma 11.3. That was an easy one, we just had to do 3 passes in a row.
You're not the only ones who can play for real, Raimon. You ready? Supernatural Wingman Thunderbird! Spread your wings and fly! Behold my fighting spirit! I'm about to show you why you should never mess with an Imperial!
Sam, are you okay? Riker's special move hits home! Milky Way snatches back one goal with a lightning attack out of nowhere! They've got a fighting spirit. We may as well pack up and go home now. It's hopeless. Hey, Virtuoso, I heard you got yourself a fighting spirit. Impressive for a non-Imperial. It won't do you any good, though. A fighting spirit is no use if you can't control it. Don't tell me you were thinking of taking on 5th Sector with it untrained. If you don't want to get hurt, I suggest you get out of the way of our shots. You aren't up to much, are you? Sam Kyrk, hold on there. You'll stop the next one, I know it. I don't know what to do.
And so, yeah, that's an introduction of another gameplay mechanic. Straight after the last one, we are finally, for like the first time ever, going into freehand play, incredibly. But yeah, we just got our special tactic. I'm actually going to use this time to take a shot, because luckily the goalkeeper doesn't have a fighting spirit, so I do rate my chances here. We probably do need to score around about now to make sure we can win, so it's 1-1. Whip crack, we'll have a look. Yeah, we're going to get the goal with that one, so we're back in the lead. But just immediately after we get special tactics, it's straight back to the fighting spirits, which we had seen before, as Victor used one, and even Riccardo himself used one. But that was all very scripted stuff. We've never actually seen one active in free play until now, where we can see Riker over there has his Thunderbird currently active, which is why he's glowing purple. I would recommend you steer as well clear of him as you can, because if he takes the ball from you, you're probably not getting it back, and oh dear, my players are already fatigued. I guess I'll take another shot. It's not going to go in, because I don't have any special moves, and I'm out of stamina, and I'm really far away. So Whip Crack's definitely going to do the job there, but it runs down the timer, and that's what's important. Riccardo, yeah, I didn't think he'd be able to charge there. So that's going to be the end of the first half. Luckily, we didn't manage to let the Thunderbird get hold of the ball again. But we've got an entire second half to go here. We'll have to see how we hold on. If the ref would blow the whistle already.
Everyone, hang in there in the second half. We can still win this.
Win? Ha! Don't you get it? Milky Way have a fighting spirit, and unlike your captain, they can control theirs.
If they're going to wheel out the artillery like that, there's no way we can win. We might as well face it. We've already lost. Don't say that.
We can't beat them. What's the use?
But Captain, I want to win. We shouldn't just take orders from them. We should fight. Arion?
We're just going to lose this one. There's nothing we can do.
But we have to try. Coach Evans.
I hear you. I can tell you're not going to give up. Not now or anytime soon. You've made that very clear. The rest of you!
What?
Deep down, don't you want to win this too? Listen, there's only one thing that determines success or failure in this life. Do you know what that is? Fortune.
What?
Sam, even though they told you to lose, you still tried to stop the ball. It was your footballer's instinct taking over. If there's a shot, you block. If there's a player, you dodge. If there's a goal, you score. And when you play to win. Every player has these instincts within him. Each and every one of you.
I understand.
Listen to your hearts, guys. Isn't this the kind of football you've always wanted to play? Show me what you're all about. What real football's all about.
Our football. Our game.
That's the spirit. Fortune always smiles on those who persevere to the end.
Fortune, eh?
He calls me his lucky charm. Says he always wins when I'm there to watch him. Isn't he a dear? Well, I can't let him down, can I?
I'm sorry.
I realise now that me taking that goal with Fortissimo foot actually kind of ruined the story. It's meant to be 1-1, but whoops. All we need to do now is get the ball, but Arion and Riccardo are currently pretty much out of stamina, so that's going to make it a lot harder to do. I'll have to take it with Poindexter. Sorry, Dexter Poin. I'll get that one right. Yeah, he's playing in like his third match of all time now, and is still as useless as ever. You know, it's supposed to be the guy with the fighting spirit that's meant to be the troubling one. Instead, we'll have to bring out Mystifying Mist for the first time. Fantastic looking move. I really like the Fog of War.
Arion's really into it. He's practiced hard to get us through this match. I used to be like that. Training, getting better, and wanting to win. That's what makes playing fun. It seems I've forgotten how to be that person.
But what's the point? You can't change anything. There's no way we'll let you win. We Imperials get ejected from Fifth Sector when we don't get results. Supernatural Wingman Thunderbird, come forth! No! You are not
crack. Don't you know that only a fighting spirit can stop another fighting spirit's shot? It's no use, Arion. You can't stand up to something like that. Fighting spirit, answer me. Grant me strength. What? You can summon your fighting spirit at will now? Oh, you must be joking! That sickly looking thing is your fighting spirit?
Maybe it's no good after all.
Listen to your hearts, guys. Isn't this the kind of football you've always wanted to play?
I'm going to stop it. For Raimon. Combustion catch! Huh? It stopped my shot! We're working together?
Sam!
I'm fine, Arion. Thanks for waking me up. So this is what real football's like. Ha! I think I'll play my own way from now on. I want fortune smiling on me too. I hope you don't think you got us beat with that half-baked fighting spirit. I'm gonna teach you amateurs a thing or two. Fighting spirit? Looks like I still need your help. I have to win this game. And nothing's going to change that feeling. So help me fight up until the final whistle.
Ridiculous. His fighting spirit fully materialized.
Nice one. This is my fighting spirit. Master, conductor, maestro. Everyone, we're going to get real football back. Our football.
Which means we finally have full control over a fighting spirit for the first time. The big new addition to this game, which is now all of ours. So I'm actually going to flick through these screens. We can use a fighting spirit, and the more you bring it up, the more they level up. Doesn't make a huge difference though. They have their own special gauge. If a fighting spirit takes on another fighting spirit, then it opens up a kind of cinematic cutscene. I'm sure you'll get the chance to see that soon. But if you try to take on a fighting spirit with someone who does not have a fighting spirit, then you're going to have a very, very hard time ever trying to beat out that player. Which is why in the first half, if the ball went into the possession of Mr. Thunderbird Man there, it would have just been terrible, because we had no one on our field who would be able to get it back. He just basically takes a goal for himself immediately if he gets it. You cannot take it back, and so it's pivotal that you just keep it away from him. I'll reserve full judgment on the concept of fighting spirits for another time, but just as a general note, as an introduction to fighting spirits, after seeing, you know, Maestro and Lancelot, the next one we got to see was Thunderbird, and that one appeals to me very much because I grew up watching Thunderbirds. Here's our first time using Riccardo. He doesn't actually have to bring out his fighting spirit to do stuff like sliding and blocking, but he's going to be nigh on invincible now. Look at the difference in points. I could individually run through everyone on this team apart from Riker, and they stand no hope against me. Riccardo is just going to be on a completely unstoppable path to the goal. I don't even have to press buttons apart from dodge and charge, and we can go straight in and use up part of our gauge to unleash Atomic Harmonic, Riccardo's fighting spirit's shot. He has no chance of stopping that in his entire life.
Keep it going, team.
So I think at this point, yeah, it's fairly clear that we've got this match in the bag, and Riccardo still has a bit of his gauge left, so I could quite comfortably pass it back to him and potentially go for another. It didn't even benefit me to go for Atomic Harmonic. So if I just took a regular kick with him, it still would have gone in, and I would have had a lot more of my gauge left. but I did want to show off Atomic Harmonic for the sakes of it, because, you know, it looks nice. But so does Thunderbird, because I grew up watching Jerry Anderson's Thunderbirds, along with Captain Scarlet and Stingray and all that. He's out of FSP now, so he's gone back to normal and back to his expired gauge. You know, Genkai or Kairu, limits are meant to be broken, and now they have been, but Dodge is just going to blow past it anyway and go for another Sonic shot to make this 5-1. So fair enough, yeah, I love Thunderbirds. It's what I got into before I watched Robot Wars, and I suppose it kind of ties in with the whole Star Wars Doctor Who theme. It's not as well known because Thunderbirds was never really a thing in America, but Star Fox Zero was based on Thunderbirds, so the Japanese are clearly aware of it. And this game is clearly localized in the UK, where Thunderbirds is a massive deal. So it could be intentional, but probably not. They probably just picked Thunderbird because it sounds cool. But hey ho, speaking of not sounding cool, Dexter Poyne messes up again. Kyrk here is actually the captain. I believe he's named after Captain Kirk from Star Trek. So that's another series represented in there. Even he's not averse to using Grand Slam, which is unfortunate. It kind of degrades his character. But there we go. He's not really had much of a role in this match. It's been the Imperial doing all the work. This is a pity, but yep, we do have an Imperial on our opponent, and not only that, Victor Blade has already admitted to being an Imperial in much the same way. Someone sent by 5th Sector onto somebody's team, generally with the ability to use a fighting spirit. A threatening presence, no doubt, and wow, is this real football or what? They made 3 substitutions in the final minute of the game. Sorry, 2 minutes, because they just won't call the whistle. There we go. We defeated Milky Way Charter. Now just to see if 5th Sector decides to destroy our school as a result. That would be, a shame. We've unlocked the Stratosphere formation. We've got Kick Boost on Dodge, which simply raises his kicky ability. We've got the kit and the boots as well.
We did it, Rick! We won the first round! We couldn't have done it without you, Sam. I just couldn't stand playing half-heartedly. Not while Fortune was smiling on us. Oh, all right. I suppose you could say I wanted a chance to show off too.
We did it! Yippee!
There's something about Arion, Rick. It's like, I don't know, like he blew all the cobwebs out of our hearts. With him on our side, I feel like we can take on this messed up world of football. Arion Sherwind, you're a breath of fresh air. A much needed one at that. Arion.
Oh, please.
So, we went and did it. We really went up against 5th Sector. Well, that's just wunderbar.
We've gone against the director in Saint's Way. We'll never be able to talk our way out of this one. Oh, that's it. We're doomed. Doomed, I tell you. The second round's coming up, and there's all kinds of tension in the air. One thing's for sure, I want to play proper football, and I bet Victor does too. It's time for us to really show off our skills. See how it turns out in Dawn of the Revolution.